Conversation, shall we? The storm is not yet over at the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, a non-governmental organization. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has called on President Bola Tinubu to investigate allegations that more than 57 billion naira went missing, diverted, or stolen from the ministry in 2021. In a letter by its Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadari, the group urged President Tinubu to direct the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SEN, and anti-corruption agencies to act swiftly. Sikir, I see you giggling. But the call made by SERAP about the $57 billion, they said they don't know if it's missing, if it's stolen, or even diverted from the humanitarian ministry. Is it a legitimate call?
It is a legitimate call, but let us even start. When the former minister, Betty Edu, was removed.
Betty
Edu was removed. There were allegations of fraud and the rest of them. A committee was set up to investigate those allegations, even involving the graph agencies. Have you seen that report?
I think it's January.
Yes. Has that report been released to Nigerians?
Who should be held
responsible? Who are the people that say who set up the committee? Has she been exonerated of those allegations? And you know the problem
was eased out.
That is what I'm saying. You know the problem. Most often than not, from where I come from, we always have a saying that good name is better than riches. That is a very big proverb in Obo, in Imo State, where I come from.
Most places too.
Now, if those allegations were made against you, even I as a person, if I believe that the allegations were made against me, I will fight to make sure that that report is released.
I would have gone to court.
I would have gone to court as well. Of course. Now, we are talking. Let me tell you. There's what is called reputation management in PR. Most of us are members of NIPR. For goodness sake, it is not just for today. Better I do is she's under 40. She still have so many years ahead of her. After this APC government, there may be other opportunities, internationally, locally. If she does not clear her name of those allegations, then there's a problem. Then the question you also ask yourself, why is the government finding it difficult to be able to release those reports? That's why I have my skepticism about this issue. SERAP can ask for any probe or no probe. Let us even go to probes. All the probes that we had at the National Assembly, on the mic, off the mic. You forgot that one?
Well,
he's looking away from
you. That's me. You are the one asking the question. On the mic and on the one on the power sector. Doctor, have you forgotten?
I know.
They're all there.
There are so many.
There are so many probes.
I say there are so many. That today, nothing. We talked about the man that stole, that is no longer an allegation, that stole 120 billion.
The former accountant general.
AGF. Today, the man has gone to collect what's the chieftaincy title in his place. And there have been so many. A former, what was it now? A former, no, not the secretary. What's the other one?
SGF.
SGF.
Government of the Federation.
What happened?
The bush clearing contract.
The man that cleared bush with millions and millions of naira. Where is it today? So what I'm saying in essence is that I personally have to commend SERAP for what they are doing. They are doing a very hard job. You see them on a daily basis going to court, trying to... But even the one that they gotten judgment on, are they getting anything from it? So the fact is that until we have the political will, and when I mean political will, it's the political will. Until our leaders are ready to do the right thing, we continue to go on this trajectory. And that is the irony of the whole thing.
He talked about the EFCC, the anti-corruption agencies, since January, talking about this issue. Well, the question is the EFCC and other anti-corruption agents, are they playing kid gloves on this matter? Why is it so difficult?
It's not about playing kid gloves. It all depends on who is involved.
What do you mean by who is involved? I thought no one is above the law.
Who decides the law that you apply each time? It's still the law that decides the law.
It is the law that decides the law.
Now, go and look at those who are involved in this 57 billion, who collected part of the money that we are talking about. There were DSS operatives there. Go and check it out. We've been on this matter for a while. And when you go to look at the list of those who took money to fly to the airport that Kogi State is perhaps going to build in the next 10 years. All of these people are there. You recollect that that report showed us that the driver who was going to drive them to Kogi also collected money to fly into Kogi State, where there is no airport. So when you sum it all up, you see that there is a problem. And that was part of what I mentioned when we had our very first discussion today. Until we sanitize our civil service.
The civil service again.
By punishing all these bad behaviors, we will not get anywhere. The kind of interaction I've had with these men in the civil service, it has showed me that, and I can't be wrong, we don't require even as many men as we have. We don't need more than 40, perhaps 40% maximum of these people who are causing us problems. Because when you go into some offices, you see a director who has about 5 staff. They all sit and just hang around. It's the director that will type his own memo. He's the one who will print it. He's the one who will do everything. Because he knows that even when he gives out these memos, they are not competent. Those people who sit around and make the trouble are not even competent enough to do it.
Okay, let's talk about the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. Yeah. What should the president be doing at this time to put that ministry on the right? Because there's been all sort of controversy.
First and foremost, at times we need to cut some of these graph agencies some slack, like EFCC. That was why I mentioned the political will. If the leader has the political will to get it done, it will be done.
Are you indicting the president here that the president is not?
Everything comes to the table of the president. That is why I asked. The investigation that was done,
yes,
where is the result? It's the executive, the AGF, the president or whoever, the people that instituted that thing. They ought to come back to Nigerians and tell them what happened. But everybody has gone to sleep. If the president today asks, where is that file? I want to see it. I want to let us implement out on it. All those that were somebody said that she saw somebody said she saw how much that she mistakenly transferred. You've forgotten. That she mistakenly transferred. Was it 40 billion or whatever? Oh,
don't forget that snake ate some money. Even monkey said. Even monkey took some.
So most of them are not, those graph agencies, especially those in charge of those graph agencies, cannot go beyond certain mandates. One, maybe they fear that they'll be removed. Or some people have certain interest in the case. Then there's nothing the man can do. He will just, of course, that's what happened.
Let it go to sleep.
They will let it go to sleep. And that is what is happening. So, asking about humanitarian, we now have a new minister.
Yes.
Abi? You come to realize that the president has given a mandate to that ministry. We must follow it to the letter and make sure that every single kobo that was budgeted that must be used for certain projects must be. And also the third part is that our National Assembly, what is their job? What of your job is oversight
functions. True.
What is the oversight function of the National Assembly when it comes to issues like this? Every day they call them to come and do this, At the end of it, or you just realize that because my personal opinion, I may be wrong, forgive you. When you are seeing any National Assembly calling any minister or whatever, I believe that it's time for them to exchange certain things. That is my personal opinion.
But let's not indict.
No, I say she forgive me. I'm entitled to. In journalism, we use the word alleged.
Yeah, just keep it at that.
Just keep it at that. That's what I'm saying. Most often than not, that is why most often than not, you see that this report, they finish up this report at the end of it. Nothing happens. But they come out with a caveat that ours is to investigate.
It's the
in terms of implementation of it is executive. So it goes back to the executive. So the issue is that let the president, especially in this particular case, let the president order that the file be acted on this investigation so that we can know who and who. If the woman didn't commit any offense, she can be
exactly.
Yes,
but our time is fast spent. Just in 160 seconds, what should the president be doing to put that ministry in order? Enough of all these controversies.
The first thing is to stop giving out handouts. Everywhere you give out handouts, there are people who have constituted a permanent roadblock to ensure that at least they get 90% out of that money. We've seen what has happened. That's why people are always looking in the direction of that ministry, because it is handout. We talked about it on this program before. Even any kind of transfer. There were videos showing people who said, out of 20,000, they gave me 5,000. They give them 20,000 before the camera, and behind they will collect the 15,000 from it. That's anywhere you do any cash issue, you're always having a problem.
So on the issue of the money that was missing, the political
should get to where we are going.
All right, thank
you. Clear a name like Kemi Adeosun did.
Exactly.
We need it.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Chris Kende-Wande, appreciate you as always. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Doson Ladipo, appreciate you
for
having this conversation. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. Yes, you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. And join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now. And God bless Nigeria.